Hi, my name is Yildiz Ilkin, and I'm the author of Blue Mountain Mist. I am sitting here today doing a question answers regarding HANNA. Now, it's just a brief little overview for you to understand the history of C3. Now, is this story a true story? Yes, it is based off an authentic story, and it's important for us because we as a secret society are just generating a little bit of the authentic for the public, just so that you get a chance to experience living history against the many woes of all the richest people in the globe and certain political countries. So number two, what is Wolf and Wolfville? Wolf came about as, and it's very long in terms of its history, but Wolf represents Turkic people of Central Asia. Now, they are famous there. It is a small political community, and it is known as the Howling Wolves. And why is it political? Because they have tried to bring out Turkic is the first linguistic way before even my brother came into the picture in 1998. Now, there's a big difference between Wolf and Wolfville. Wolfville is a secret community of Turkologists. They are the smartest people of the globe, all of different races. We have our Indians, Chinese, a whole bunch, but they are specialized people. 100 smartest to handle the Alaskan levee break. Now, what is the Alaskan levee break? Linked, and how is it linked to Wolfville? That is the emergence of all humans with the discovery, Hannah's discovery of Kanata means wings, and her brother's release of the work. So Wolfville is that secret society, very, very different from Wolf, because again, Hannah was dating someone who's Kurdish, and even though she has Kurdish in her, the joke was to CIA at that time, Wolf got caught with PKK. So it just became a normal verbiage. Now, why is she called Prophet? She is called Prophet because, first of all, she was one of the only female civilians. These are military trained men, the 100 smartest, who do a lot of work for the militaries. They all have their own agendas, but at the time of Wolfville, all 100 was rounded up and collected and thrown in. But she is called Prophet because she provided an alternative, softer train of work that made her get the name Blessed or Prophet. It is her son collection. Now, why did they injure her? They injured her because at that time there were many interagency conflicts, and media got involved. Media thought this was not an accurate story, that Hannah wasn't just making up something, and media got involved. But it wasn't just media. Certain countries now were fed different information. There was conflict related to her injury. Why is she called the trademark lady? We are looking at number 5 now, because in 2013, she is the authentic person who registered the trademark. This is before the bouncy blondes and the bouncy brunettes came into the picture. That is part of media's history in Canada. They are American, while Hannah is a Canadian. Why is she doing this now? She has never stopped since 1998 with her brother's release, and in 2003 she was studying ethics before she was even thrown into Wolfville, and it just exploded all the work she was doing, and this is why you are seeing this today. It's because she is still at it. If it wasn't for her, you would never get this portion, and this is our problem with history. If you didn't get this push, and if she didn't get injured, you would never see this. Why is she televising media? She is televising for several different reasons, and the focus is strictly on her right now. What was done to one particular female in processing all this work? So that is based off, again, media, interagency conflict, etc. Why is she called the $40 billion woman? Because that is her particular net worth with all her copyright. What is Turkic versus Turkish? We're now number 9. Turkic belongs to native people. Turkish belongs to Anatolia. Turkish is very new. Anatolian Turkish, it's only 100 years old. Turkic is representing global history. Is she ill? She's definitely missing a few crackers here and there, but she's still struggling. She does a lot of things to try to better herself. She meditates, but at one particular time, due to restriction, due to Wolfville, she was very, very sick. Is she on drugs? She has never done drugs. She was placed on enhancers that made her go flying. And why did they place her on enhancers? They boosted her because she was part of the 100 wolves in Wolfville. Now, again, somehow Wolf and Wolfville got mixed together, but technically they're two different topics. Wolf, again, goes back to native Turkic people. They are famous for that. If you're wolves, that means you are heritage Turkic people. That is your particular heritage. Who is she fighting? There's a couple of issues here. She is fighting the very, very wealthy. She is fighting Lucifer, and she is fighting also some media individuals who took it upon themselves to arbitrarily do what they do without asking anything. There was also problems with the hornet's nest, which is the medicals. What's happening in Canada? Canada right now saw a horrific war. All our banks were kind of confiscated in terms of servers. The servers were changed. Social media was changed via servers. And, you know, we don't want mainland China in Canada, but that is what is happening. And it's very, very unfortunate because nothing is secure. It's gotten to the point that they almost want us to do little forest fires in the corner. We are a very modern country, and that is what has happened with China and India in Canada due to China protecting their own interests and India protecting their own interests. Is she Chinese? Now, this is where the story gets a little funky. She, by fluke, has links to practically every race on this planet. Yes, she is part Chinese in the sense that her heritage forefathers are from an area called Alaskan, which is territory of Russia, northern Russia, and China. That is her heritage. She's very proud of it. Most Turkic people are from those regions. We are Gansu. You know, that whole territory belongs to Turkic people, whether you're Altaic, whatever the case may be. What is the A5 Turkey scandal? The A5 Turkey scandal is part of C3's history, and that is inheritance owed to HANNA. HANNA's right here, owed to HANNA. And why is it owed to HANNA? It is owed to HANNA because she has an inheritance coming, and the house has been vacant for many, many years, and that house was broken into and was being used as a prostitution ring, or children were getting raped in there and then being shipped off to different parts of the world representing media. So there was a big scandal there, and that is another problem with HANNA and why they wanted to keep HANNA hush-hush. The CIA wanted that because of the scandals in Turkey, and they didn't want that information released. They thought it was too much for one person. It's not HANNA's fault. This is based off the authentic version, and you are seeing merely the tip of the iceberg. Now, is she living? Yes, she is living, but she's horrifically injured. You know, she had a little bit of hair transplants just to change her hairline. She had her nose widened, her about put to sleep and altered over 625 times in conflict. That is the battles trying to protect lives in Canada. What is her ultimate goal? Her ultimate goal, first of all, is to just do a 12-skit movie. Now, why is that? Because, again, if HANNA did not do this, you would not know the authentic version. like history, it would just be eliminated. But this, her goals are linked to her revenue, because they are betterment for humanity. And in a way, the world should be very grateful that it fell into Hannah's hand and not Lucifer's hand, because in Lucifer's hand, it would just fuel their new mansions, because the man suffers horribly from paranoia. All his mansions were altered or moved, or again, that is just their paranoia. But it's more than that. They want to do things their own way, which is fine. But if the money, which is already legally hers, gets enforced in Canada, it is meant for large-scale betterment projects. And this is where she is fighting man, and a lot of men. So yes, it has been very difficult, but at least you got a quick answer to some of the most difficult questions. And she doesn't ever want to hear, why is she doing this now? It hasn't stopped since 1998. So thank you and have a good day.